The Solidarity movement was one of the biggest political movements of the 20th century, symbolizing Poland's struggle for independence, which they are very used to, and representing Eastern and Central Europe's rejection of communism. The roots of Solidarity can be traced to economic dissatisfaction, political repression, and Poland's history of struggle against foreign oppression. By the late 1970s, Poland, under communist rule, was experiencing severe shortages of basic goods, rising inflation, and widespread corruption, which had created a volatile social atmosphere. The state's failure to address these issues, coupled with its repressive measures against dissent, led to growing unrest among workers and intellectuals alike. The immediate catalyst for the formation of Solidarity was the series of strikes that broke out in the summer of 1980 at the Lenin shipyard in Gdansk, led by an electrician named Lech Wałęsa. The strikes quickly evolved into a broader protest against the government's economic policies and its denial of workers' rights, which would later spiral into a struggle for the whole country's freedom from the oppressive Soviet bloc. The strikers' demands included the right to form independent trade unions, freedom of expression, and improved living conditions. On August 31, 1980, after weeks of negotiations, the government agreed to the workers' demands, marking the first time a communist government in Eastern Europe had recognized an independent labor union. Solidarity was officially born, and it rapidly grew into a mass movement, attracting millions of members from all sectors of Polish society. Solidarity was more than just a trade union. It was a national movement that embodied the aspirations of the Polish people for greater freedom and social justice. It brought together workers, intellectuals, clergy, and students, transcending traditional social and political divisions. The movement's leadership under Lech Wałęsa skillfully navigated the complex political landscape, balancing the demands of its diverse membership with the need to avoid provoking a violent crackdown by the state. The Catholic Church played a crucial role in Solidarity's development, providing moral support and a degree of protection from government repression. Pope John Paul II, himself a Pole, was an influential figure, and his visits to Poland in 1979 and 1983 energized the movement and reinforced its moral authority. Throughout 1980 and 1981, Solidarity used its growing influence to press for further reforms. It organized strikes, negotiated with the government, and mobilized public opinion in favor of change. The movement's newspapers and publications became vital sources of information in a country where the state tightly controlled the media. Solidarity's success also posed a significant threat to the communist regime. The Soviet Union, which viewed Poland as a crucial part of its Eastern Bloc, became increasingly alarmed by the movement's potential to undermine communist rule. In December 1981, under pressure from Moscow, General Wojciech Jaruzelski, Poland's head of state, declared martial law. Solidarity was outlawed, its leaders were arrested, and the movement was driven underground. Despite the repression, Solidarity's influence persisted throughout the 1980s. The movement adapted to its new circumstances, continuing its activities in secret and maintaining contact with its supporters. It became a symbol of resistance, not just in Poland, but across Eastern Europe. By the late 1980s, the political and economic situation in Poland had deteriorated further. The communist government, struggling with a failing economy and increasing public discontent, was forced to seek a dialogue with the opposition. In 1988, after a new wave of strikes, the government agreed to negotiate with Solidarity, leading to the Round Table Talks of 1989. The Round Table Talks resulted in a series of agreements that paved the way for semi-free elections in June 1989. Solidarity won a stunning victory, securing nearly all the contested seats in the Polish parliament. This victory marked the end for communist rule in Poland. By the end of 1989, a Solidarity-led coalition government was in power, and Lech Wałęsa was elected president of Poland in 1990. This began the end of communism in Poland and the start of a new chapter in history. Dziękuję. Like and subscribe or martial law will be imposed on your residence.